What's up and welcome back, fellow lords of gaming. So let's jump right into this for Marvel Future Revolution. This may be a long video, so please saddle in because I think there's going to be some stuff that you really want to know, and I really hope it gets out to the community, bigger YouTubers, and everybody, so that way we can address some issues inside this game, especially with relation to the most recent dev note that came out for the game. I think it's highly important, so please stick around. All right, so let's talk about this first up. Netmarble pushed out a dev note, which to me is amazing, to address the current issues inside the game. This is better communication that we have ever received from them in other games like Future Fight and Seven Deadly Sins. So it's a big deal, and I think this is one of the reasons why players want to be constructive in criticism and be able to provide them valuable feedback, because it seems as if though they are listening. So I implore you to jump on their Discord channel. I implore you to jump on the Revolution forums and their Twitter and their multiple media accounts and communicate with them in a constructive way. Do not beat them up about these things. So let's jump into this, right? So we hope to provide agents with best gaming environment by gathering information through various channels and listening to your voices. That's why I said be constructive. Nobody wants to listen to get beat down the whole time, so be constructive. However, we encounter unexpected errors causing inconveniences to our agents' gameplay. No shit. We are thoroughly reviewing feedback from each and every one of our agents. No, they're not. They're probably listening to most of the big YouTube content creators and people that are being constructive inside those comments. So be constructive. Let's address the first issue that we have here. The Blitz reward count being changed to 5 in total is detrimental to the game. They have essentially invalidated all 9 levels below the mark of the Tyrant or Tyrant Blitz challenge. And once players hit that 105 cap, the level cap, to be able to access the Dormammu boss, they have invalidated all those events. And this is one of those things where I question, did Netmarble have enough time with their development team in order to understand the mechanics of their game? What I mean by that is that it is clear that the reward count being shortened, the game time that you had to play in order to do those missions, was good, because we literally went from an hour and 15 minutes or so to about 10 minutes in order to complete these rewards and get just about the same experience and gold. No problem there, guys. I think Netmarble did a fantastic job on there. If you look at just the gold, just the Convergium, just the battle badges that you were accumulating inside there, you were receiving about the same. And the question has become whether or not you find that valuable in terms of your time. I view things in terms of time, and to me that was a value savings. So it was good. But what it doesn't address is that they invalidate all of those Blitz contents below, because they don't consider the fact that they did not look at this game where it emphasizes power, not level, and that the leveling outpaces the content. What I mean by that is the amount of time that it would take for me as a player to get my character from 0 to 100 outpaces the need for me to do any content in the game that is below level 100. I can complete a character in about 8 hours, maybe even less than that for some players who are really efficient, less than that, but it's going to take less than a day. So if it takes less than 24 hours, that means I have no reason actually engage in Blitz content that is below the cap level. So that's important, because the power that I can accumulate even at level 1, depending on purchases inside store, acquisition of Omega cards, battle badges, and things like that, those things do not help my character, or they help my character, but they do not help the content. So here go some of my suggestions for this. Ways to make Blitz more palpable or palatable. Drop the badges at the player level. So regardless of whether I'm playing Blitz at level 20 or Blitz at level 100, the badge that drops should be at my level. If I'm 110, then the badge should drop at my level. If I'm 20, the badge should be at my level. If I'm 30, the badge should be at my level. If I'm 40, the badge should be at my level. No matter whatever blitz level I play, the badge should be at my level. The thing that this game is going to miss out on the most right now from what we're seeing is there's specific configurations and characters simply based on not the ability to acutely change characteristics on the characters. I have to deal with a whole bunch of randomized rolls. Randomize the stats on the battle badges with emphasis to boss. So for instance, what do I mean by that? If you look at the current game, the battle badges inside the game, and you were to go inside your storage and you looked at these battle badges, right? When I get to characters like Hulk, for instance, and I do the Fist of the Tyrant Blitz, you can see that these have special effects on them. They have 2 set, 4 set, 6 set effects on them, right? They all come with some kind of bonus stat that seems to have a definite like run of a thing. Guard damage, accuracy, attack, critical damage, right? You can see the accuracy rate, attack, critical rate. If I go over here and select Kingpin's accuracy rate, critical rate, change up those badges so that way they have meaning for me as a player, that they drop inside the game, so that way I can look at those stats and go, hey, this battle badge, this individual battle badge that's dropping from Kingpin, I'm getting it at level 100. It might be better for me to put on this character than it is on that. Like if you jumped inside the Dark Zone and you got battle badges there, they already do it inside there. You're getting battle badges from Red Skull. You're getting battle badges from all the other bosses that you fight inside those areas that are reflective inside the raid, inside the blitz, and you're getting those battle badges at level 100, and the stats reflect. Make them valuable so that way I only have to pick and choose. This will increase the variability on character builds inside the game, because right now there really are just central builds inside a character. Like for instance, if you're running around as Doctor Strange, how many players are running around with Touch of Ashanti class builds? How many characters are running around with Illusion Magic class builds? Most people are just focused on attack builds right now. That's it. So you need to make those badges of value so that way people go back to those earlier stages and they can drop them. And by that extent, you'll then get people to play inside those with and still collect the reward collections from those, right? So basically what you're looking at is using Blitz in order to improve that randomization on battle badges and players' versatility on central stats for class builds. Make it so that I can generate accuracy on some of these badges from certain characters, so that way I have to really question, out of my 6 badges, do I want a full complement set of Hulk badges inside here, or does it make sense for me to go in here and get a battle badge that's dropping from from MODOK, or a battle badge from here? Remove these set effects that's on here. Most people don't even really care about the supervillain damage, I think, but it's up to you how you view that. So remove those effects and make them more centered around the bonus stat. Drop them with low rates. I don't care what you do, but you need to make these battle badges something that players want to get, because yeah, that 1 hour time that's going to take for people to farm all of those battle badges, if you just roll back the it's still going to be a sore point for people, especially as you increase the number of blitz that's inside the game. So then they went on to talk about Dark Zone, right? And when they talked about Dark Zone, they said Dark Zone Reconfiguration XP. One of their primary goals was to inform players about the vast Marvel universe and provide an enjoyable experience through dynamic stories. However, due to the need to collaborate between various departments, along with the current state of the world, constructing and developing a high-fidelity world within the game is taking more time than expected. Okay. This lets me know that they don't understand the mechanics, that somebody did something here, somebody did something there. That's just the truth. If you read this, it reads like we haven't been talking to each other and we don't understand the mechanics. This is bad, because that clearly tells me that you did Dark Zone without the knowledge of somebody else, and how you guys could be so far off the mark in terms of these 2 simple things, I don't understand. But when you look at Dark Zone, there's no reason for Dark Zone to exist. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. There's absolutely no reason for Dark Zone to exist. None. Other than somebody was sitting around and they created Dark Zone. They said, hey, we're going to make an open world where the bosses drop inside here, and we're going to create a PvP mode inside here so that players have to fight over this. There was no reason for the zone to exist at all. Think about it in this way, guys. If I jumped onto BDO, please Netmarble devs, go look at BDO. And I wanted to engage in PvP. They have a normal PvP servers in the open world. So what you need to look at is just remove the dark zone altogether. Give mobs in the open world experience. Add PvP servers. Increase the mob XP inside the PvP servers, so that way players will engage in a fight over zones for XP inside those PvP servers. Add dark prime targets like the Dormammu event in both the PvP and the PvE servers, so that way you have those dark targets, the dark prime targets, and players will earn those dark zone badges and comic drops from those bosses. Increase the rate in PvP servers, so that way now you actually engage your target audience into wanting to jump inside the PvP zone in order to accelerate their growth quickly, and you create fights between the alliances. And now you have an alliance on alliance battle that's happening inside these PvP servers. Because the truth of the matter is that if I jump inside the open world content on a PvP server, right? Because if I do it inside the open world, I can choose to talk to a player in the chat and say, hey, do you want to team up inside this area because we're grinding the XP and stuff like that in here? And now players can either choose to agree. But sometimes players are like, yo, I just want to get this XP myself, and I don't really want to team up. And they're one of those players that really want to grind. So put the PvP server in play, and then literally just allow people to go in there, and that way they can fight over mob zones. That's a more beneficial way to have the dark zone stuff than it is to have it as a separate content that exists inside the game world that it's not helping at all. There's no reason to have it at all. None. Dimension Duels is great. People want a PvP, make that a tournament mode, so that way Dimension Duels is a tournament mode that is like highly focused on, and that we pay particular attention to it, so that way it's good. Omega War is actually good. The problem with Omega War is that it's not being match made on the proper level. It needs to be match made by power level, not level. Character level doesn't make a difference. Power level does. So that way it's more engaging for me to jump inside the content against another million power character versus another million power character versus a character jumping in at 500,000 and being 500,000. Because what difference does it make if I'm at level 20 and I jump into, or level 42, and I jump into Omega War and then immediately face off a character who's also level 42, but their power is 1 million something? I'm still getting one-shotted. So the whole PvP aspect of this game needs to be centered around power, not character level. Character level doesn't really make a difference. Power does. So you need to change that up in regards to that. Now let's talk about one of the biggest aspects that I see inside here, that they're talking about inside here, which was really good. They want to do hero rebalancing, and there's obviously a lot more that goes into hero rebalancing than I think most people would even realize. For instance, you have Captain America. He's a ground-based character, a ground-based character. It's going to be hard no matter what you do in order to reflect Captain America's skills and have him fighting against a character like Storm or, Doctor Strange inside a game where the one character just doesn't seem as more overpowered than the other character, because Captain America cannot get up when a character goes flight. It just doesn't have that. So you're reducing the height altitude of, Storm and Doctor Strange when they're doing this, but now you're nerfing the other character in regards to that, right? And you're taking away some of the, feels of that character, right? Not necessary. You put a character like Star-Lord inside the game, and now he's shooting off, freeze crystals at your ass, and he locks you in place. But you're like, why is he freezing Storm? Like, Storm is the goddess. Like, does this make sense? So like there's a lot of stuff inside there that they need to figure out. Like, for instance, I hate playing the game using a skill and not being able to cancel out of that skill, and it just sucks. But it is one of those things. So it's like there's certain things in there I know that they need to take time to figure out in the hero balancing, and I like the fact that they are paying attention and saying that they do know that they need to do that stuff, right? They have a whole shit ton of glitches. The one that pisses me off the most is the ground floor clipping. It is terrible, and I hope they fix it, right? Then they had the expansion of costume cards and Omega cards, right? So the bottom line to this is that the current store model is not sustainable in any way, shape, or form. They need to do like most MMOs do. Sell the costumes outright at a set price and add those costumes as well in game at low drop rate value, so that way free to play players can obtain those costumes as well. Bottom line, that's just, you need some kind of method to that, because having to deal with the drop rates that currently exist inside the game and being able to just, you know, try to do those is just ridiculous. Have me pay $50 per costume. And if I'm paying $50 per costume and I get lucky because somebody's doing a giveaway, or, you know, I come upon some money or something like that, then I can purchase these costumes outright. Like BDO has routinely used those as, you know, a way that say the game's not pay to win, because none of those things come with any kind of stats, and they're just looks. That's all they are. I think Marvel development team looked at Marvel Future Fight and some of the other games like, yeah, stats. And I'm like, you know what? Players will play for cosmetic items and transactions in terms of turning out money for you if the costumes are good. And these costumes are really good. Like I dropped, you know, some, you know, cash on spending, you know, inside the game store to get the new Dark Domain, because it's a genuinely good looking costume. But when I've got to pay money to get, like, for instance, I got the Dark Domain gloves, but they're not the gloves that I wanted. So I'm not going to be enthused about having to spend that kind of money to go through 6 or 7 different color palette options for costumes. It just doesn't make sense inside there, especially when you look at the game and go, hey, at some point they're going to add magic. Am I going to use and pay the same things to purchase these costumes now for magic? I don't have a reason to purchase these costumes now across, you know, various characters. It's too much. It's too expensive. I would love to hear some of the whales feedback on this stuff to see, like, is this even sustainable for you guys? Like paying tens of thousands, like, you know, thousands of dollars in order to get costumes for, you know, Doctor Strange, and then doing it for, you know, Spider-Man, and then do it for, are you guys actually like willing to continue that option? I don't think so. I just don't see this as a sustainable option, especially when, you know, future characters are going to get released, and we know that you guys plan on releasing multitudes of characters. Now I have no reason whatsoever to engage in purchasing, because I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to invest that kind of money on 10, 20, 30 characters. It's just not possible. So what you're going to do is you're going to invalidate future characters that are coming out, because people are just going to be not as engaged about those characters. Going to be like, yeah, I just spent $10,000 on Doctor Strange. Do I want to spend $10,000 on Ileana? No. I want to play Captain America, but do I want to invest that kind of money and time into him for these Hydra regional costumes and stuff like that? No, I don't. It's just too expensive. So I'm going to stick with one character and just use the other characters to level up and get my squad rank XP and stuff like that, or whatever. That's it. So they need to improve that, because I don't believe that is sustainable. The Nano Fusion option, remove it, meaning remove the need that we have to have the same costume option in order to boost the Nano Fusion. Any 6-star item will boost the Nano Fusion of it. It's already time consuming as hell just to get another 6-star item. Now you're putting the requirement that the 6-star item has to be the exact same, you know, so if I got Hydra Empire boots, then it has to be the exact same Hydra Empire boots at 6-star. That's ridiculous. It's just insane. It's the crafting time on that alone is just so far out there. It's like it's clearly was not looked through. So I would take a look at this extremely. The battle badge craft. They're looking at crafting high grade battle badge acquisition. No shit is it hard to obtain high grade battle badges such as 6-star battle badges. Thus, we would like to add a way to craft and obtain high level battle badges. I just gave you this situation. You don't need to have a crafting system for battle badges. Have them drop in the world at randomization. This creates the loop of a looter shooter kind of deal inside here, where in Blitz, they all drop at my level. In the open world, they all drop at my level. Inside Omega Zone, they all drop at my level. Dark Zone bosses, they drop at my level. And now they have randomized stats that allow me to do versatile skills. Now I don't have to worry about battle badge crafting. Make the battle badges literally the one part of the game that's reflective of something where I just want to engage in content and keep coming back because I'm excited about receiving a new battle badge. I'm excited about getting this battle badge and equipping to my character, remove the 6 set effects from them so that way I can go, oh yeah, I still want to get these battle badges from here and here because I want to complete the collection. But maybe the 6-star battle badge that comes in slot 1 for the Tyrant is like a really good battle badge for me, but the 3-star one that comes from MODOK is going to be a good one, or the 4-star one that comes from Red Skull is going to be even better, and that the Dormammu one, the 6-star one that drops, has really good stats, and I want that one. Like, increase the variability of these battle badges so that way players aren't just locking into, yeah, no matter what, the best battle badge is coming from Tyrant Hulk, or the best battle badge is coming from Dormammu, because based on level and based on, you know, the end stats that's there, because it's giving me 6-star set effects, give me a reason to go back and play the other zones, so that way I'm like engaged in that content and I'm just stuck on that cycle of I'm happy. It's happiness. I received a new battle badge that has better stats. Fucking Gearbox. Think about that. So then the last thing that they brought up was Omega cards. They 100% need a way to make Omega cards convertible. Add some option in stores so that way in the future these Omega cards become convertible, or that inside the game you have a way to craft these cards and make them convertible. I've got 2 Captain America special cards, and I would love to be able to convert that Captain America 5-star card, because I can do nothing with it now, because it dropped at 5-star when I was pulling inside the shop, and now I have nothing to do with that card. Absolutely nothing to do with the card. Make it convertible, because I would love to begin another Midgardia set on another character, so that way I can put it on, you know, Captain America, or put it on Spider-Man, so that way I now have it. This needs to be something that needs to be done immediately, because it's even put me off from wanting to do more draws inside of the shop, because now I have a battle badge set, but I don't want to get the same damn card and be stuck with that card and not have nothing to do with it on my character. So yeah, figure that one out. And then lastly, they did do they're doing a compensation reward. It's inside your inside your shop right now. If you go look inside the inbox, there's developers note here, and you can see that you're getting 5 costumes and 5 card draw tickets. So that's pretty amazing. I like that they're compensating for that. And then lastly, they said they added the 5-star region costume selection box to the Omega Point shop inside here. So if we go inside the shop over here and we go to tokens, did I go to the wrong place? I feel like I'm in the, oh yeah, okay, here we go. Special tokens, Omega points. I'm always confused about that, but you can see they basically said they added the costume selection boxes for all of these inside here, so you can get 1 per month. If I'm being perfectly honest with you guys, I think this needs to be standing. The 5-star costume boxes for all of these just need to be inside here. That's just the truth of the matter. Being able to access any of these at time really needs to be there. The value on these things right here, they really need to change, guys. I gotta be 100% honest. These things need to change. This whole mechanic for costumes inside here is not sustainable. I would love to know how many whales. If you're a YouTube creator, if you're a whale and you're see this video, let me know. Do you really believe that this purchase model is sustainable even for you at, you know, these current rates? 'Cause I don't see, as a pay-to-play player, this being sustainable model for me. I don't have a reason at this point to be excited about a new character coming, other than to just get it through from the current level to the top level so that way I can do it. I don't have a reason to be excited about costumes for Thor, or costumes for Magic, or costumes for any new character that comes out, because I'm going to look at all the money and time that I invested inside Doctor Strange and go, I'm not replicating that across a new character. Just no way, not at the cost value that it is. I already showed you what 2,000 crystals is. That's ridiculous. Ain't no way it's happening. It's weird that this set, to be honest with me, in the first place was the set that they were like, yeah, this is the set that we're going to put in there for 2,000 crystals. I'm happy that this was the set that they, for some reason, thought was going to be better than the Dark Domain set. But yeah, like, and I've pulled a couple of times on these costumes here, and I haven't gotten one piece of that set. Thankfully, I've gotten the Dark Domain set inside here, which is the set that I really wanted, so I'm ecstatic about that. But that's neither here nor there. It's a good thing that they added that inside there. They also increased the number of non-PvP channels, so that's made it easier to get inside the Dark Zone for now and be able to get those XP up. I feel like they shadow, enhance the value for XP. I think it was like I got like 60 to 70% when I went and did it yesterday and was able to get to 104. I'm hoping to be able to complete that today and get to Blitz and get to 105. But yeah, guys, so that's about all I got to say about that. I'm gonna probably do some videos and break this down in little bit of pieces to make my thoughts more coherent. And I hope that the content works for you guys. Remember, like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about these updates and some suggestions you have in the comments. But please jump on the forums, jump on the Discord, jump on all of their, social media presences, and let them know that, in a constructive way, the changes that you would like to see made inside these game modes, so that way the game becomes more appealing for you. Until next time, guys, peace.